ETs tell her, "You are an intergalactic commander. You will create the new 5D Earth."
Well, there's two blue beings that
Cool.
have been with me, and there's a woman who's very dark blue skin and has something like a white something on her head. And then in another meditation, there was this blue being who had like a bird face, who was
Mm.
very gentle, extremely high, like a level, extremely high.
You are their leader. You're their commander. And you came and you were human, and they're watching you.
Oh
They're
my
watching
gosh.
their commander who's doing all this work and accomplishing all these things. And so they're following everything that you do. So in today's channeled reading, ET light beings communicate through me with an Icelandic woman who's a Qigong practitioner. And what they tell me about her is truly amazing. This wonderful woman, as it turns out, in higher dimensions, is a 5D general commanding vast armies of light. And what they tell me is that she and her light army will soon manifest the fifth dimension into our world. So stay through this whole uncut video, because what they shared with her next could change everything you think you know about Earth's future. Every single person that I've given readings for, you find out in the higher dimensional levels, they are the most powerful beings you can imagine. And so, for those of you who are new to my channel, my name is Michael Denny. This is the Michael Denny YouTube channel, formerly the Thunder Wizard YouTube channel. Disclosure is coming, open contact is here. I am proof of that. So I have been sharing about my experiences. I've been contacted by higher dimensional extraterrestrials because I did human initiated contact 3 years ago called CE5, or Close Encounters of the Fifth Kind protocols. And as a result of that, I vigorously sought out to connect with these beings, and I told them I want to take this connection as far as is humanly possible. Because what you're going to hear in this transmission is nothing unusual. Okay, so I'm here with Tordis, and we're going to be doing an ET channeled reading for Tordis. And what I like to do with these readings, I let the light beings do whatever they want to do. But what I like to do is I hope to be able to help awaken people to who they are in higher dimensions. And for me, that happened with light beings showing me. So I'm hoping that they will be able to do that here. But we can, we can just interact however things want to go. So, Tordis, do you want to share anything about yourself, where you live, what you do, what kind of person you are, and then if you have like where you're at, how you feel about where you are spiritually, and then I'll just see what comes. Okay.
Okay. Okay. So I'm this Icelandic person. I'm an Icelandic. I want to say a girl because I always feel like a girl,
Hmm.
but I'm an Icelandic woman who's I've had my tough times in my life, and so but through the red thread inside this, I believe I'm here for ascending. Actually, I just have to say that. I believe that. And I had like some kind of a thing happen to me when I was 17. I felt like I was like a different part of me came through to help me survive, to help me just live through a trauma. So, and since then, it's just been really clear in my mind. I'm just, cultivating my inner self for something that is to come. and not that every day is important, and doing your best and raising your kids. And I'm a teacher, so I'm also kind of raising kids there, and I love to experience the youth, the innocent, the innocent, the curious, the free mind that I believe we all have this. I relate to it, and it's precious for me to keep this child,
Mm.
And so with that said, it's about, like me and you, like souls, soul to soul, soul
Yeah.
meeting soul, and lifting each other
Yeah.
every day, and it's a simple thing. It's a simple gesture, just to wanting to lift the other soul,
Yeah.
whoever,
Yeah.
from where they are. And so I have this very simple path, and I do a qigong practice called Falun Gong, and it's really stayed with me for decades. And so yeah, I'm a kind of a sucker for like religious philosophy and all kinds of wisdom and stuff. But I don't want to complicate your life or my life or what we're doing or anything. Just I just want to do some good and be part of us. I believe in my spirit, actually. I believe
Yeah.
my spirit can do all kinds of things.
Yeah.
But my physical person has, is going through, tough things, you know. But I'm working on simplifying myself to the point where I just love to be a loving person, and that's very, very um I believe in just being true to this purity of being a simple loving human being,
Mm.
and I'm believing in the big things, you know.
Yeah.
So I'm ready for our session, whatever.
Ordis,
Okay.
the Icelandic goddess. Okay, so Thordis. So a couple of things have already come through, but before we do that, can you tell me about, you said after one of the interdimensional meditations, or maybe it was the question and answer that we did, that you felt there was like do you say there was like a blue being or something that was,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Tell me about this blue being.
Well, there's two blue beings
Really?
that have been with me, and there's a woman who's very dark blue skin and has something like a white something on her head, and what was the session we did?
I think it was I was doing a live channeling and people could ask in the chat.
Yeah, oh yeah, it was the live channeling. So that kind of triggered that that night I felt a group of beings,
Hmm.
and they were like, and for me that's nothing out of the ordinary, but they were like entering my body and leaving, and I really felt like a compassionate intention to help. I have this thing with my bone structure, my hips especially, and it's kind of complicated. And I felt like these beings were really like fine-tuned, knowing exactly what was going on with me, and trying to really help my mind to let go, so they could like be with me and do some, you know, do some things. And there was this I saw this lady, and she was very, very strong, and like she was going to do something, and not backing down from it, you see. And so what happened is like there was like I felt like a physical, like, you know.
You felt them physically adjusting?
Yeah. And it was kind of intense, but I'm used to, like moving my body all kinds of positions to free myself, and I enjoy that. But I'm positive it would look strange to most people, but with these beings, it's like I knew nothing was strange to them. They knew exactly what's going on, so could just like relax into it. And then in another meditation, there was this blue being who had like a bird face. It was very gentle, extremely high, like a level, extremely high level, I felt. And it had like a very like beautiful bird face with like a small beak, yellow, and had like a paintbrush with yellow hairs. And he was like gently like painting me to become me or something. Know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
painting me. It was so gentle and cute. And I was really grateful to these specific beings because you asked, I just tell you,
Yeah. That's
no,
yeah,
these
I'm glad.
guys.
Okay.
But I mean, do you relate with the blue skin color
Uh,
thing?
I've heard
That's
that a
something?
lot. I
Yeah,
personally, I don't see the beings.
yeah.
I feel them. I just don't have that gift. Some people go into meditation, they see stuff. I don't. I see things, I hear things, I get concepts. Every now and then I might get
Yeah.
something visual, but it's very faint. But it is very common. I did a reading or a channeling today, and that person talked about seeing a blue being similar to yours. I've heard it at least a couple of different times. So that is seeing the blue ETs very common. Happens very often.
Interesting. Yeah, very interesting.
Yeah, but in terms of what I've seen, in my mind's eye, I've seen everything from a mantis being to people that look like humans to people that look very different to people that beings that are just like these weird looking blobs of energy. And I mean, I've all
Yeah,
kinds of
yeah.
different things, but anyway,
There
that's
are
very,
a
very
lot of
common.
things. Yeah.
So, yeah. All right. So, are you ready to hear what they have to
Yeah,
say?
I just felt like connecting with you right now. So I think I'm very ready.
Okay. Very good. All right. So, I felt them a little earlier, and there was a number of them, and the feeling that they gave me was that they had tremendous reverence for you, and they were like sitting back, you know, giving you reverence. And the feeling was that you are their leader, you're their commander. You're here in human form. So you, like me, you're wrapped up in being human. But from their perspective, it was just yesterday you said, okay, I'm going to go down there. I'm going to be human. And you guys hold down the fort. You do this, you do that. And you did. And you came and you were human, and they're watching you.
Oh
They're
my gosh.
watching their commander who's doing all this work and accomplishing all these things. And so they're following everything that you do. And this is something that's important for humans to understand. When we overcome our personal Earth 3D challenges, huge things happen in the multiverse. And beings through the entire multiverse shift and become more conscious. So we think that we're just going through our day-to-day lives, but what we don't realize is all of the issues and the problems and the challenges that line up in front of us, from their perspective, we're actually decoding how higher dimensional beings can continue to evolve. So
Wow.
owe their evolution to the work that you do, just living your life, just being a human.
It's really beautiful to hear these words. It gives, if I truly open my heart to believe in it and feeling it, it's giving meaning. It's giving meaning to this mundane life. That's and that's something I'm open for it. Although this is very hard for me to hear this,
It's
that
hard
I'm so
hard to
there,
hear.
that I'm leader
Oh,
of
yeah. Oh, I know exactly. Yeah, same with me.
all these abilities, you know.
Yeah, what you would think, people would think, oh, yeah, that just makes your ego huge, but it's
Yeah,
not. When you hear
yeah,
this, it's like
yeah. It's like, oops.
me.
Pop, pop.
I don't.
Yeah,
This is what I really want to bring to people is to have that experience where they can expand. Okay, so there was more. So I'm sorry, my friends, we interrupted you. What were you saying? So they're coming to bring you some power. They're coming to bring you some power to work through challenges. And so they're letting you know ahead of time. This is hard for me to do. They're letting you know ahead of time it's going to be challenging. It's going to be difficult. And it is, and I'm seeing like a wall and you like lifting yourself up over a wall. Obviously that's not literally it. That's the feeling behind it.
I relate to this. Yes.
Yeah. You're coming home soon, and we have a powerful place for you to lead and control the armies to go into manifestation of the new world, like explosively. So you will go and so what's going to happen is that now, bear in mind, I don't know if we're talking 3D or 5D or so don't try and put any
Yeah,
time
yeah.
frame on it. I've done that, it'll drive you crazy.
I'm just taking down all the walls in my mind, and you just
Yeah.
go on.
So what is going to happen is that when you download all of the information about who you really are, you will know exactly what to do. And then you're going to gather your forces. You're going to go into the new world and you are going to explosively create. What? I'm not sure. So let me see what else I can get from that. She knows what we're talking about. You don't need to explain it, they say. I'm going to work with you in those days and we'll know what we're supposed to do. Now they're talking to both of us. You guys have no idea what is coming for you. You have no idea. It's going to be so powerful. It is going to be so amazing. And it's almost here. It's almost here. The new world is almost here. We are very impatient because we're ready to go do it now, they say. And we know that you guys have to finish tying things up. And then once you do, it's it's something we planned for trillions of years.
Oh my God. It's so crazy.
This new world is
Wow.
part of your creation in your mind. And coming here was only one of the steps. So you've been working on this before you came here, before even Earth was created. You were working on this idea. You came here to Earth And every lifetime in Earth, you don't realize it, but you're creating new, like, pieces of the puzzle. Every time you overcome a problem, a new piece is created and it goes into the puzzle of the new Earth. And so all of your lifetimes, you've been putting all this together, creating this. And then now we're ready to launch this new Earth. You're going to lead the armies of the powerful ones. So you're going to be like a general commanding these legions of powerful light beings to go create this new world.
I can relate to, what we're doing, what I'm experiencing, like astrally, or like when I take my mind to heights. When I take myself to heights, I can relate to, it's like your mind can decide the power. You can relate to it. So in a sense, it's simple. It
Yeah,
sounds so grandiose, but in a sense, it's simple.
yeah.
It's like, but for me, all these pieces of the puzzle and all that you're saying, to me, it's like the purity of the intention. The pure, like this diamond or something. You have to like work on it and work on it and work on it. So like your own depths, secured. For me, that's the most important thing. If I have a role to do things, and like you say, we all have these abilities when we're free from the bonds. So, but I think all the preparation is this, the purity of the soul.
They just told me that you're, I can't believe I forget this. I mean, I was so into this. Who are the goddesses that work with Odin to retrieve the dead off the battlefield? What are the names?
Yeah, you mean here? No, let me see. Valkyriur. The Valkyrie.
Valkyrie. That's
Yeah,
you.
yeah,
They're telling me you're a Valkyrie.
yeah.
You're a handmaiden of Odin.
Say it again.
You're a handmaiden of Odin.
What does it mean, handmaiden?
It's like one of Odin's female helpers.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
It's a concept in Iceland. It's a concept to be Valkyria is like just use your feminine force. Just go out there and use the feminine force.
yeah.
I don't know if the relationship between them and like Frigg and Freya, if they are Valkyrie as well. Like maybe it's like
I
a rope.
personally wouldn't put them in that category.
Yeah,
They're the forces of creation, the masculine and feminine forces of creation.
yeah,
Ra and Praja, Frigg and Fro, Frey and Freja.
yeah,
Frey and Freja means Frey is the masculine creation, Freja is the feminine expressive energy of creation. So they're like,
yeah.
but you're one of Odin's. So I guess
So
Freja does have a strong connection with Odin. So maybe.
they said the last time you were channeling, they said something that on this earth I have to focus on creating. So so this is a different aspect of
Well,
things.
Same thing. I had forgotten that
like
I
an
said that.
army thing. Yeah.
So it's interesting to me that they're focusing on creation again because I had forgotten. I told you that.
Yeah.
So yeah, and it's like when you create though, you're like a lightning strike. You're not
Yeah, yeah,
letting air just you.
yeah. So they're talking about this need for, force, playing with the force sort of thing. Yeah, yeah, I relate to it. Yeah.
Yeah,
And that is
there's
some,
like this is you in the higher dimensional, and this is you right now. There's just the tiniest little bit between you and your higher self. Just like a thin piece of paper. And soon you're going to break through that. And when you do, all of the knowledge and all the power is going to rush in. Maybe you'll have the same kind of experience I had where I felt like, but when you get past that, you'll shake it off probably easier than I did. You'll go, yeah, no, I know who I am. Okay. And you'll know exactly what to do. And you'll do it.
I actually look forward to breaking through and starting to play with it. I mean, I'm kind of bored. I would like to play.
Every day I wake up and I go, oh, I'm here again.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
boring here.
yeah.
I
Kind
understand.
of. So, but we cultivate patience, through this. You know, it's
You,
it's it's good.
yeah, you chose this. You
I mean,
chose, you chose to be here to, like a spy. You're a spy and you're waiting for the army to come in. And once they do, you're gonna, and so they need you on the inside. So that's what's happening right here
mhm.
is that I'm doing something that can't be done on the third dimensional level. I'm the conduit. Their energy comes through me. And so that's you were one of the people that helped me understand that because I just, I that was like my first time I did this, where I channeled them. And then you told me that they showed up in your room and they were going through you. And I realized that that's what I did, that I created that portal for them to go and be there with you in a more powerful way. So you're
Right.
going to do that in your own way. So
Yeah.
it's like popcorn. I give it to you, you give it to somebody else, and the next thing you know, the
It
whole world
it
is shit.
and it takes off. Yeah.
Yeah,
They start to kind of pop each other. Yeah.
yeah.
So, well, that's beautiful. I mean, I know I've been waiting all my life for like a transition to to a reality where we can be this authentic spiritual power. Really, I have. So I believed in the soul and godliness that's everything that matters to me, really. So knowing that is all powerful metaphysically, and so it started to interface with me more and more, and also my body and everything. I believe in like the Taoist thing, like you can cultivate your body. I've always believed this body is not going to just die off.
That you're going to shift. Your
Yeah,
physical body
yeah,
will
yeah,
shift.
yeah. I just somehow always believed it, you know.
Yep.
So this is the greatest news. This is good news.
Yeah.
Very, very makes me really glad,
Good.
When the session is over, I might be really,
Yeah.
whoa,
They'll show up. That's what they do. That's what happens to me almost every time we do the meditations or even these readings. They'll come back later and they'll go, "Okay, so we want to tell you what happened," and then
Oh,
you know what they're like. They're like little kids. They're very
yeah,
excited.
I love that.
Yeah.
And you have put out your heart to explain
Mm.
this quality, of the higher beings, which is really help. It at this time when I was, like you say, opening the portal all the way, just in my home, just knowing this fine-tuned energy. I needed to have this information you had been pouring out over time. I needed to, okay, this is how they experience things. They're just always happy and no, and like I am actually.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I feel like it's my foolish self, but and I joke about it. But then again, okay, they relate to this.
Yeah, they're on a higher frequency.
Yeah.
That shows the power that you're able to stay conscious with. It shows the level, the power of your soul, because you don't let the difficulties of the third dimension hasn't dimmed you. It's made you strong, and so now you can allow yourself to just be that. This is
That is greatest news.
Yeah,
This, thank you guys. I mean,
yeah.
wow,
They're,
because it
they're all
must have been tough.
they're all doing this.
Uh, it must have been tough though to work with me at times. I'm sure.
They're
I can
saying
imagine.
they're saying no. They're saying no. It hasn't been hard to work with you. They understand. There's we forget we're in a third dimension. We're playing a video game. They know all of that, and so they're very aware of how difficult it is for us. And so they're saying, no, no, no. You've been much more easy to work with than 99.9% of all humans. Most humans sometimes it's impossible for them to work with a lot of humans. Yeah.
Wow.
Huge.
Gives a
I
lot.
just got hit with a huge amount of energy. So this is your job,
Mhm.
along with mine, is to break open the barrier between this dimension and the higher dimensions so that other people can wake up.
Mhm.
Because this is what
Yeah.
will wake them up, is to be able to feel the energy, feel the higher dimensional energy, and then start working with it. That will wake them up.
When you say this, I'm like, yeah, let's do it now.
Yeah,
That's the immediate reaction in me inside. Yeah, let's just get it over with.
yeah.
I'm ready for that. But you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's now the time to work with them is even greater. So you can go into meditation and say, okay, guys, what do you want to tell me? What are we doing? Show me something, take me somewhere. I'm ready
Mhm.
to go. The thing is, and you're kind of in a similar position as I am. And I've said this to them, I want to take this as far as it can go. And they're like, okay, which means that your entire world is just going to get torn apart.
Mhm.
But if this is like the true shaman dying and resurrecting, you know, and so you have this opportunity. So you can take that desire, but you must ask. They won't force it on you. They won't just give it to you. It's not like the Bible where God shows up and says, I am commanding you. It doesn't work like that. You say, please give me whatever you think I need. Please talk to me. Please share with me. Please teach me. You must give them express permission or they will never violate your boundaries.
This is very delicate information. Thank you. This is
So I'm
because when
giving, I
yeah,
mean, I'm my example, but I'm also giving you permission. You say, let's do it now. They're like, okay, you have to start it. You have to
yeah,
start the car.
yeah, yeah. Because I oftentimes, like in our meditations and in my meditation, I get something comes to me, like an idea deep within me, and this like with this Valkyria force thing, and I just really, most of all, I just want to explode it into reality. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So,
So you have
so
permission to do it. You see what I do in the meditations. You see some days I show up and I'm like, I'm gonna crack this thing open. And I
yeah.
put
I
everything
relate.
into those meditate and it destroys me for a day. But I have that same desire and I just need to find out where to focus it. And then
So,
so you have that as well. And that's why they say once soon you'll know exactly what to do. And I know that you're already doing a lot of that because, in the guided meditations, and I ask people to leave comments afterwards, and you tell us what you're doing, that you're holding a certain
mhm,
mindset or a certain feeling.
mhm,
You may not realize, but from the perspective of the light beings, they see this giant goddess coming in and holding a space,
mhm.
and it has that level of power. It's just like you said, it's just whether or not you choose to believe it.
Well, I experienced it in these fine, you know, realities. And so why wouldn't it be real? Because what we're doing together is like we have intention with the earth. So with time, it starts to be a clearer sight inside us that this is what we are really doing. Down here, we want this to happen from within the universal love down to this deluded place.
Hmm.
We have to go through all the hatred and disregard it and just stay focused because we know that's all there is.
Yeah,
And we're done with the illusion.
yeah,
We're so done with it. And like you're saying, we're so tired of, this assignment of just being patient and not being able to speak your mind and speak your heart.
yeah,
So why not? When we're talking about this now, I have no idea how I will feel afterwards. I'm like just having a real conversation.
yeah,
So about like, yeah, we have a fun job. It's going to be tough, but it's going to be a lot of or something like that. Yeah.
yeah. So they're saying we're waiting on you, Mom. We're waiting on you.
And so this is giving me the idea that I will do more like just communication, just like somebody was with me, like just speak like that. You
Yeah,
know, that's
and
you. That's
asking questions like, how can I communicate better? How can I understand better? How can I listen? You know, and I'm saying this as much for people who are watching this as for you, because I know you already know that, but this is one of the ways we expand is in when we listen.
absolutely.
And sometimes, the information will be very subtle and our brains will go, did I just make that up? I think I just made that up. And those are the ones that could absolutely create entire universes. And if you go, okay, I'm going to listen to that, and you say yes to every idea that comes, the ideas that come as opposed to the weird garbage that comes up from your own. The idea sort of just kind of comes, and you can go like, or you can go, and you can listen to it. And
And
that
this is
is,
nature helps us with this. You know, when you make a habit of listening to what the tree is saying or the bird or the stone. So then this is really the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, but except I don't see them except in my mind's eye, or I don't have to see them. Just feel okay. Let's talk. Let's tell me what's on your mind, and then, like you saying, maybe I can just give my ideas.
Yeah.
That's new. Hey guys, should we try something?
And you've heard me talk about how when I go into meditations, I just try stuff. I don't think about it. I just try it. And then afterwards, like you said, they come afterwards and they say, you have no idea what you just did. No, you're right. I don't have any idea. No, you don't get it. You created a whole universe out there and you taught us how to create and we're going to go do that. And, I was like, I was just meditating, playing around.
And I related to this from the beginning.
Yeah.
When you were saying there's a really lot when you were expressing these interactions afterwards.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, I believe.
So all you need is just the permission. Just now you can do it. Now you know. Just go do it.
And I'm not alone.
No,
anymore.
you're not alone. You've got me, you've got anybody else that's doing these practices, and whoever else around the world that we don't know that's awakening like we are. And you're not alone because for you, I know for you, there are thousands, millions of these light being warriors that are literally waiting for your next word, your next command. They're waiting for you and they're there to help you. You say, okay, guys, we're going to go, and you've seen in the meditations where I'll go, okay, I'm going to send the army of mantis beings, and they're waiting for that.
I love it.
This is so opposite from everything that we feel and what we've been taught. We're the gods. We're the powerful ones. If we can accept it, if our egos can get over it. Like you said, it's not easy to hear. And that's not because we're humble. It's because it's our 3D ego. It says, no, I can't.
And that's the key. You have been bringing this across to me with the humble spirit of the child. I'm saying this in the best possible as a compliment. And so then for me the purity is intact, and we can play. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And you have that. I bring sometimes too much hardcore intensity, but you have the light touch of the child. And we need that. We all need that. They need my thing and they need your thing.
Yeah.
That's your power. That's your gift.
Let's get together and do something interesting for a change. This is really, 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 I'm really grateful to the light beings that are bringing me this message. And I've been also feeling like bursts of love towards these beings since they started to be acquainted to them. And I wanted them to know that I might just do that again whenever I like to. If that's okay.
By the way, they love it when we show them love. I try to, in my meditations, I try to send them love.
Yeah.
And let them know, thank you so much, my beautiful friends. I'm so grateful. Because, they'll do things like they'll talk to me in all kinds of different ways. But one of the main ways they'll do is they say, hey, can we talk to you? And I say, yeah. And they'll say, do you want to know why you're so special? Do you want to know why we love you so much? They talk like that.
Yeah.
So that means they like to hear that. So you can say,
themselves. Yeah, of course.
They get even more excited, and it makes them feel so good.
This is communication to them.
Yeah.
And our future depends on it. Let's think of those terms. If our future actually depended on exactly that, And but it just had to happen within this drop of I'm seeing like a transparent drop of it's almost beyond love. It's just this,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah, 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 yeah.
So giving, you know.
And I would say that the frequency of their love is higher than human love, and it does it
Yeah,
through. It's like
it doesn't doesn't
it's
doesn't
sweeter,
doesn't
it's
do it justice.
purer,
Yeah,
it's
sweet. Yeah, that's
and
the
there's
word.
no, unlike human love, when you love somebody, you want them to love you back.
Yeah, it's
And they don't.
strings touched. No.
They love unconditionally.
Yeah,
And this is something I
that's the key.
want people to understand because I have this experience. You shared it a little bit, but other people do as well. You know, my first thing is I'll start telling you all the crazy, stupid, bad things that are going on in my head. And my experience of them is like, we don't care about that.
Right.
Yeah, yeah, that's there, but that's just noise. That's just the
And
thing.
that and it takes the guilt away from you. It takes
Yeah,
all the guilt
because it's
and the
they're
shame.
it's the opposite of like the biblical God that is writing, oh, you had an evil thought, you said this, you were, and they're like, we don't care about that. You're a God. I see that in you. I want to tell you who you really are. Wake up to who you are. That's all they want to do. They don't care about any of it. There's no, literally nobody is taking notes.
And
And
that's so helpful. There's no shame or guilt in
no,
in their dictionary. And that's really helpful,
yeah,
for me.
yeah. It's a purely third dimensional invention. It doesn't exist in these higher dimensions with these beings.
Like you've been saying, like you've been saying. So many things you've been saying through these months I've been on with you here.
And now
It
you
comes back.
see it,
Comes,
your
yeah,
experience, you can feel it now.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
one thing to hear it, and then it's
yeah,
another thing to feel it.
yeah.
Yeah,
So I think I've learned. I've you have given me a gift, you know, as many, I just know the people in the Zoom group, but I'm grateful for our interaction, really.
yeah. And I have to also thank you because your energy is so uplifting. Really, just your as a person, your energy is extremely uplifting. And I can't imagine where it's going to go as you continue to expand into this. When they start opening that up in you and that starts to open up, I mean, you're going to be like hard to look at. You'll be so bright, you know?
Some my cousin, daughter of my mother's sister, I really love her. She's very creative and fun, and she's very sincere. So she said this to me. You just said many years ago. Oh, Thordis, you're always lifting everybody, and I was like, wow, really? That's what you experience? And it touched my heart really deeply. I was really happy.
Yeah.
And now you're saying it, it makes me really glad. Yeah.
Yeah. Now times that by 10,000, and that's how they see you. This is why in the meditations I say, now look into their eyes and ask them to show you how they see you.
Yeah, that's the difficult part. I have I have a hard time with
Yeah.
that
Well,
question.
that's just me trying to give people
Yeah.
an
But
experience.
yeah, to get across the message of
But I'm also laying the
yeah,
groundwork so that as you can keep working with them, they'll keep showing you how they see you, and it'll just expand and expand and expand, and then wherever you go, you'll be that conduit. The energy will come through you, and people will awaken. Like I said, popcorn all over the earth. Yeah.
goodness gracious.
Okay, so
No, just been.
all right, we're coming towards the end of this. Do you
And you
have
have a meditation. You have a meditation
we do,
in a
yeah,
few.
and just like, yeah, just like in a half an hour. Do you have any thoughts, any last minute questions or anything you want to ask them?
Yeah, like when I'm in my living room where I do my meditations a lot, is that a place? Because I've been feeling a lot of. Is that a place it's good for us to interact? Do they not care about places? But I'm thinking maybe I can take a time.
Well, two things came to my mind. So as you're doing your practices, there's a vortex underneath that. But that's because you're doing your practices. So you create a vortex for them whenever you do that. So then when you asked, is that a good place to do practices? They say, wherever you go, you turn it into a good place. You're the power source. You're the sacred space.
That's a good answer. Thank you. Thanks, guys. I look forward to getting to know myself and them simultaneously, you know?
Yeah. That's exactly what it is. Yeah.
So I will just bring my deepest gratitude and just I don't know what to say, just love from my heart.
Yeah.
And this gentle energy, much I'm so happy to have related to. Okay, they can be all the way, just this gentleness.
Yeah.
And I'm like, whoa, I want to be like that, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, me too. I'd like to be more like that. Okay,
So,
well,
so Michael, let's go
that,
for it.
that's
Let's do this now.
thank you for this.
Thank you.
If you'd like to have your own experience with light beings, please come to the live guided interdimensional meditations that we do live every Wednesday and Saturday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. They're free, and you can go see all of the ones we've done. You just go to the live tab on my YouTube channel and you can see all of them there in case you can't make the live ones. That's it, my friends. Check out all the other links here in case you want to see all the things that I provide with the sole intent of helping you to expand into your highest 5D awareness and to bring 5D to planet Earth. Thank you very much. I love you all. Please be very good to yourselves. I'll see you all very soon.